Welcome to Career Journeys, a series of videos by the Consortium for Public Education. Here we explore the career experiences and pathways of professionals from a wide variety of careers to help you think about the skills you'll need and the paths you might take after high school.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett. I'm a program director at the Consortium for Public Education, and today I'm chatting with Aimee Lefevers, who's the executive director at Family Resources. So thank you, Aimee, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I was wondering if you could maybe give us a little idea of what it's like to be an executive director. Can you tell us what a normal day is like, or do you ever have a normal day?
Well, normal days are very uncommon, actually, which is one of the things I like about my job. Sometimes I'm in the office and I'm meeting with my team of directors, and getting updates and looking at what we might need to problem solve, what our challenges are. Other times I might not be in the office at all. I might be out meeting with other colleagues, other agencies, sometimes with funders, the folks who give us money to keep our operations going. And then there are other days where I actually would work from my home office, especially when I have a lot of writing to do, which is a big part of this role. And so I'm not interrupted. I might do that from home. So, and then the other days there's, some minor emergencies, sometimes bigger emergencies, and then those would have to be, become the focus and the priority for the day. So it could change everything.
What made you think that you would really love doing this? Why do you love your job? Why are you suited for it? Why are you good at it?
This was actually not something I ever aspired to do. I never went, throughout my career said, I can't wait to be an executive director. I actually call myself the accidental executive director. But I think I am suited to it, and I think it really goes back to I was trained as a teacher. That's my background, and I consider myself always a teacher. And it really, everything I learned from that has led me to this role, because I really feel like being a good leader is about really recognizing the talents and skills and abilities of the people around you and wanting them to be better and do better than you do. So that's why I think this job is very suited for me.
That sounds great. What you kind of alluded that before that you were a teacher. Can you tell us a little bit about what your post-secondary training was, or was there anything else to your career path that you wanted to mention?
Sure. So I knew from the time I was in second grade that I was going to be a teacher. So I pretty much planned through my whole elementary, middle school, and high school education, knowing what I needed to do to get to IUP to become a special ed teacher. So never considered anything else. And then, of course, everything changed, but I went to Seton Hill, and I was a creative drama major, which meant that I was also in theater and used non-traditional ways to teach traditional classes. So I completed my bachelor's, got my elementary ed certification, and then I taught for about 6 years after that. And then stayed with it. I knew I wanted to stay with teaching, whether it was of children or adults, and I moved into teaching teachers how to use those non-traditional ways. And then just kind of went into the nonprofit world, not even knowing what that really was, and did quite a few different jobs, but they always seemed to revolve around help for vulnerable populations and creating systems. So just starting with something fresh, like here we have an idea for a program, can you make it workable? And I would get those kinds of things started and then move on to the next thing. But always around helping, learning, and supporting vulnerable populations.
What would you tell a student today who might be thinking, wow, I love to help people. I'm watching this video on Aimee, and this sounds like something that I could really want to learn more about. I could see myself doing. What would you tell a student right now? Something that they could be doing or something they should be exploring?
I think volunteering is a great way to get some of those skills, and volunteering with maybe people and environments that you've never been in. So it's good to get out of your own comfort zone in your own, even your own neighborhood, and get a glimpse of how other people live, and really, really understand what empathy is. In order to help people, you have to know the difference between sympathy and empathy. And that just comes with experience. It's not something that can really be taught. So volunteering, any type of volunteering, shadowing somebody that's in a position who does social services, and maybe just understanding what is a nonprofit, what does that even mean? Getting that sense. And usually you can find somebody in your own family who is a part of a nonprofit and can sort of give you that idea. But really just getting out there and putting yourself to good use.
Do you have any other advice for anyone or any final thoughts that you wanted to end with?
I think one of the things that, just as an employer now, that I find a skill that's very hard to find in people that are looking for employment in my agency is writing. Writing skills are really, really important. In fact, we actually give sort of a mini test, just to see if somebody can send an email appropriately. But really, if you have good writing skills, there's so much more you can do. Without that writing skill, you're very limited in where you can go. So I would say work on that, and that's really about a lot of reading. As odd as that sounds, but to write, the best thing to do is to read a lot.
Well, thank you for sharing all of this with us. It sounded like some great advice. Thank you, Aimee.
Thanks, Gina.
For more information or to learn about other careers in the Career Journey series, visit our website and check back soon for our next installment. Thanks!